Okay, shooters, reloaders, help me out. I'm having a problem with my Lee Classic turret press. I'm having trouble with the primer arm not wanting to clear the shell holder. It's getting caught on, when the ram goes down, the arm is getting caught and it's hitting the shell holder. I'll show you. Full upstroke, then on the downstroke, it gets caught. Let me focus up here real quick. Gets caught. Now, when there's no primer in there, I can slide it through and it works fine. But if there's no primer in there, it kind of negates the need to have the primer arm in the first place. But anyways, I go up all the way again just for clarification, come back down, and you can hear that scrape, I hope. That's the top of the primer cup. Let me get something to point with here. It's the top of the primer cup right here. Yeah, you like my sophisticated pointer? Thanks. It's the top of the primer cup catching the bottom of the shell holder right here. Now, it's not such a big deal, like I said, with no primer in it. I can do it all day. But when I try and put a primer in there, like this large pistol primer right here from Siller and Belliot, hope I'm pronouncing that right. Put that right in there. Make sure it's all nice and seated. And some people had asked about the shell holder being turned 90 degrees. Mine fits pretty solid no matter which direction it's pointed. I typically point it in about this direction. But as you can see, with one finger I can't actually pull it out, but I can turn it 90 degrees just to satisfy those who have mentioned it. I appreciate the suggestion. But anyways, let's see what happens when I keep a primer in the primer arm. Oh crap, it gets stuck, just like it always does. What usually happens is if I'm not paying attention and I continue to force the ram forward, I will either crush the primer or it'll just pitch that thing right out. So, I need some help. Anybody that has any input. I came up with a cheap, very redneck way of fixing it. I took a piece of duct tape, rolled it up, and put it under another piece of duct tape. And I put it right about here. And taped that sucker down. All nice and neat. I suppose I could paint it red to make it look good. But I put that right there, and this seems to solve the problem because it pitches the primer arm up earlier than when the shell holder comes down. So, you know, I can sit there and I can cycle it all day. It doesn't seem to make a difference other than it just looks really redneck. And I don't think that a press should do that if I've bought it new. So, anyone who can, you know, put in the comments, I'm submitting this video to a couple forums. I appreciate any input that anyone has. Thank you, and safe reloading.